Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place we ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna.
God, in His wisdom, has given us all information we need. God has given us all information we need. It is up to you and I now to be able to look through the words of God and to look at those things which God has given us in His Word to be able to make us live richer lives. The situation is that many times we want to do things our own way and we don't consider the things of God. And that's a cocktail for disaster. It's a cocktail for disaster. So we need to look at this. It says when you're going to choose a king or a leader, there's things here. And these things are for justice for the people. Justice for the people. Because first you look at the Judges, chapter 17 of the book of Deuteronomy, deals with it because He wants everybody to get a fair shake. And so God tells the leaders now what He expects from them. He expects them to be godly men. And we as the people know that as we go to the polls sometimes, we elect people based on everything else except that. Everything else except that. We look at President Bukele in El Salvador, and this morning I read a posting about how he dealt with the MS-13 gang in Salvador. He realized that it was spiritual. And so what he did is through prayers. He told his cabinet that they had to pray because it was something that is spiritual. The whole of that MS-13, they did not start out like that, but what they started to do was to do some very horrific crime, which was led by demonic forces. Many things in Belize, I think, it's the same thing. But you see, President Bukele, his influence, and I can recall seeing when they were swearing him in that he knelt down and the pastors were around him and they were praying for him. We are to pray. Every day I pray, I mention the Prime Minister, leader of the opposition, and the ministers. Because our political system is not based on love, it's based on hate. We start off bad when we do that because we're introducing something that is contrary to the Word of God. And here in chapter 17, starting from verse 14, it is written how these leaders are supposed to be chosen. It says, when you enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, take possession of it, live in it, and say, I will set a king over me like all the nations around me. And this is what the people requested. They wanted a king like everybody else. They did not want to live in a theocracy where God was in charge. Today, as we live through these things in our lives, we see. Because sometimes even when people support these political parties, they are left heartbroken after they realize that all that was said was not said in a genuine way, but it was actually to just get in that seat. And the moment these folks get in that seat, they forget all the promises that they made the people. You are to appoint over you the king the Lord your God chooses. How many times before we go to the polls, or in all over the world when people go to the poll, do people pray about the choice that they're going to make? Instead of being influenced by the $50 and $100 that they're given there. They're more thinking about that money they're going to get more than praying and asking God to help them to make the right choice so that the best person may be chosen. That's what it says. The king should be one that God wants. Appoint a king from your brothers. You are not to set a foreigner over you, or one who is not of your people. Many country learn this, and sometimes what the Americans are doing, you can't wrong them with that because that's what they're afraid of. That's what's going to happen eventually. They're going to be overrun by the amount of people, foreign people in their country, and so they're afraid to allow that to happen. They put it in their constitution as it is in ours. And so here Israel is being told, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pick a king who is not of your brethren. The king should be of your brethren, among your brethren. However, he must not acquire many horses for himself or send the people back to Egypt to acquire many horses. For the Lord has told you, you are never to go back that way again. With these horses now, he become a power, you have a powerful army. And so what would he do? He would look at his army. That's what his father David did. He counted his fighting men. The general told him, don't do that. If I were you, I don't do that. He still did it. Why did he do that? He wanted to measure his own strength, when really his strength was in the Lord. When he is seated on his royal throne, he is to write a copy of the instruction for himself on a scroll in the presence of the Levitical priest. That is the one. What time in all my 56 years, I have never ever heard, especially today, that a leader's Christian background is a main criteria for selecting them to office. I hear people making noise about some leaders and some people in position. I was basically told, we can't use you in a chief engineer position. They will not be able to use you because you would not want to sign things that you're asked to sign. And so here we are now talking about things going on in beliefs that we don't like, we don't this, we don't that. Yet when men of God are brought to the forefront as the next person in line, they're overlooked. The only leader I know we had who was more into the things of God was the late George Price. That's the only leader we had who was into that kind of thing. If you go to church, one of our members of our church was one of his bodyguard. And he said that he would go to church every morning at 6 o'clock. He goes on further and said, then his heart will not be exalted above his countrymen. He will not turn from this command to the right or to the left. And he and his sons will continue reigning many years in Israel. You see, and we always say this, right? When you do things like, when you do bad things, think about the impact it has on your family. The Bible is saying there that men who lead and do what is right is like they're going to be passing the throne to their own children. When you do wrong, because what happened to Solomon, to Rehoboam, after Rehoboam, God said, no more, no. You guys are wicked and rotten. He said previously, Solomon had so much gold and silver that they made it common in Jerusalem. In other words, it was so plentiful. And when the people complained to Rehoboam, his son, about the way Solomon taxed them, Rehoboam was advised to tighten even more on the people. That's what he did. Josiah, young Josiah, when he got the copy of the scrolls, when they found it and they presented it to him, and he was shown that the people violated what was written, he rented his clothes and he said, we messed up. Go to the priest and ask, what can we do to fix this back? That's the spirit of a good leader. And he was a child king. He was a child king. He was very young when he became king. But he realized that honoring God was the best thing. You see, when you honor God, just like we learned when we did another devotion with Solomon, when God came and asked him, what is it you want? and his heart was for leading the people. God gave him that, and he gave him everything else he did not ask for. If God is leading, we can only go to a good place.
Landy Show on TV. Catch all the happenings straight out of San Ignacio with plenty of tea. Good ladies, yeah, good ladies. Every Wednesday evening on the Landy Show. Laughs and real talk. No one tells it like Andy, Belize's favorite storyteller. So grab your friends, kick back, tune in only on PlusTV.
I'm coming back to your heart.
Foundations. Your work must be grounded upon solid rock, and so should your faith. Join Pastor Louis Wade Jr. weekly for Foundations Bible Study, where he goes deep into the Word of God with biblical teachings for better understanding.
A person might have potential inside of them, a desire to fulfill something, but the word of the Lord can bring that out of a person. Amen? So in the case of Gideon, though he felt that he could not do it, God had designated for him to do it. And so when God spoke the word through the angel, Gideon became who God knew he was all along.
Tune in on PlusTV Sundays for a new program or catch the repeats. We would love to hear from you. Write in and share your thoughts, prayer requests, or even post questions you may have regarding the Bible passages. Foundations. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain.
So when we face God, you know something. When I think of the love of the Lord.
Spice up your next event with professional lighting. Call 610-5679 and give your audience an experience they'll never forget. Proper stage lighting ensures stage visibility, motivates, and sets the mood of the atmosphere. We provide services for weddings, concerts, parties, dance recitals, and much more. Captivate your audience. Improve your production today. Call Shamax Productions at 610-5679 for quality and professional stage lighting.
Cyber Realty and Development is the leader in providing solutions to the current land crisis in Belize. For homeowners and investors alike, Cyber Realty is offering special deals on half-acre parcels in its new Emery Village development. Enjoy prime land off mile 37 on the George Price Highway at an unbeatable price. All you need is the initial down payment of $275 Belize dollars. Take advantage and reserve your half-acre home sites today. Emery Village. Join the community. Invest in your future.
Blessed Gardens is servicing home gardens across the country from the nation's capital and helping Belizeans reconnect with nature. We have everything you need for your home garden, so get growing. We have various types of soils: fortified soil, composted soil, potting soil, and pure compost for your garden. We have quality seeds and over 65 varieties of food seedlings for your garden. We even have organic insecticides available, EM soil treatment, and Polyshade for your excessive sun or rain. Blessed Gardens has all your garden solution in one location. Call 610-5679. Visit us at the Bumapan Market Plaza or enjoy our free deliveries across the country. Blessed Gardens. Get growing, Belize.
Do you enjoy learning and wanting to know more about Christ your Savior? Then join Phil Sanders in Search of the Lord's Ways every Sunday 7:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. on PlusTV for half an hour of beautiful hymns and Bible messages. Messages are repeated on Tuesdays at 1:30 and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Search in the Word for God's will. Know more and do more for the God we love. In Search of the Lord's Ways with Phil Sanders is being brought to you by the Church of Christ in your area. Be sure to visit.
Mopping, tiles, furniture, and...
Miss, you don't need all of this, man. Only this you need. You make 4 out of this. And it's cheaper than all of them put together.
I want it.
Green Clean. All your cleaning needs in one bottle.
Conducting a defense biosecurity operations against a rapidly mutating colony of foreign microbial invaders attempting to establish residency within the human host.
Oh, so germs.
Join medical graduate and author Madeleine Tucker for 60-Second Health Talk, a brand new PlusTV series packed with quick and easy to understand health tips. Understand your body, how it works, and making informed choices for everyday wellness. Learn something new in just 60 seconds. Watch 60-Second Health Talk every Monday on Rise and Shine at 7:30 a.m. on PlusTV. 1 minute, valuable health information, better living.
Las noticias, ahora también en español. Durante
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize.
It's 7:27 Tuesday, PlusTV. Good morning, Belize, and thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday morning. Whatever part of the country you are watching us from, good morning, and thanks so much for joining us. Normally, yes, I am not on Friday morning, but this must be a special Friday morning. If today, 19th, is it the 19th already? Yeah, the 19th of June, we are here, and I'm not here alone. So I don't know if 1 Louis Wade is bad, I don't know if 2 is better or worse. But good morning, LJ. It's a pleasure being here with you.
Yes, it's a pleasure. I think it's been a while since I've been on Rise and Shine.
Yeah,
It's difficult to get up in the morning.
Sleepwalking, or
sleepwalking, yes. But it's good to be here. it's
good. Let me start off by saying happy birthday, by the way. So I did wish you yesterday. I don't know if you heard it, but it's a pleasure having you, of course, at PlusTV. You're now the lead journalist, and a lot of stuff is happening in the country.
A little bit too much. I think a lot of stuff is happening, especially in Belmopan. You know, Belmopan is sort of viewed as that constituency where nothing happened. Most of our news comes from Belize City. You know, that's where all the murders happen. Most events are held in Belize City, but every once in a while, Belmopan makes the news for some bad stuff, and I think we're in the news right now for some
we are
crazy allegations.
I think, right? Like top of the news cycle, and Elmerna is no different. He adds to that because today is his final. Today's sentencing, and it was a triple murder.
Yeah.
So we are. I don't know if it will be 3 life sentences, or I understand that the child is asking for 50 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will run concurrently or consecutively. But today is a big day in the news cycle. Let me start off by saying that it's also going to be a very hot day. A very, very hot day. The Belize Weather Bureau, or the Weather Bureau, is expecting that temperatures will exceed 97 degrees in some areas. Here in Belmopan, we're looking at 98 degrees as the high. But the general situation calls for warm and mostly dry conditions to prevail. Over the next 24 hours, we can expect sunny and warm skies today. Hot inland, partly cloudy tonight. Little or no rainfall is expected, except for a chance of isolated rains over the south tonight. Winds are blowing from the from the southeast at 10 to 20 knots with moderate seas and waves at 4 to 6 feet. As I said earlier, temperatures inland will be 98 degrees as the high and 75 as the low. On the coast, you can expect 90 degrees as the high with 82 as the low. And in the hills, 84 degrees Fahrenheit will be the high with 68 as the low. Outlook for Saturday and Saturday night, partly cloudy skies with little or no rainfall expected on Saturday. Then a few showers and isolated thunderstorms will develop over the south on Saturday night. So remember that if you have to be outdoors, especially this afternoon when the temperatures spike to 97, 98 degrees, take a lot of water, be hydrated. Don't wait till you're thirsty to drink water. And if you don't have to be outside, stay indoors. So that the tropical weather outlook, there's nothing in the next 48 hours in the Caribbean for us to be worried about. But I think that little temperature spike is something that we should be concerned about for those who work outdoors.
Yeah. And then last week was crazy because we had the flooding on the coastal road. We had flooding down south. We went to Mountain Valley community, the Mennonite community, and they had some serious flooding as well. I think 4 families were trapped, and the community had to rally together to rescue from their homes. So it's been off and on weather in the country. It's going to be hot, but last week it was completely different. Half of the country was underwater last week.
And I recall at the beginning, the weather, the forecaster was saying that it's going to be a hot, wet, rainy season, hot, wet, which sounds just uncomfortable to me. Some are getting the wet and some are getting the hot, apparently. All right, we've got a full slate this morning, and let me introduce our first guest. He's no stranger to the nation of Belize, and we're very grateful to have Dennis G, musical artist, Christian artist, Christian contemporary artist, Christian contemporary Caribbean artist with us this morning. LJ, I know you've performed with him, and so let's take this opportunity to say good morning to Dennis G.
Yes,
Dennis.
LJ. Happy birthday, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. So, Dennis, we know that every year you apply to this Atlanta Awards for Caribbean music, Christian music, and every year you have this fundraiser as well. It's coming up this weekend. What can people expect from this concert?
Okay, well, the concert will be a very good time because I from Wick when I heard 501 Genesis. Well, I haven't heard them for a while. Man, they were kicking dust and they were doing a very good thing. I enjoyed the music that night, so we're going to have a good time, a fine time in God. And it's about, yes, a fundraiser concert, but it's all about giving honor and glory to God. To come out, we celebrate God together. And I always say, man, it's a fundraiser concert, but we don't want to stop nobody. So if you hold around, quick come on, you know, got nothing, still come, and we still want to celebrate God and give glory unto God. Because I know God will provide it. Do it in the past and I continue to do it again.
I want to congratulate you by remaining consistent I've been very discouraged, I could say, with the number of artists post-pandemic who have just kept generating music. And you are one of the few that's been very, very consistent in your ministry, in your outreach. I think with the death of Brother Fem, we can see that music will outlast us. Brother Fem has gone to be with the Lord, but I know that if you want, and my favorite song, what I asked for Christmas is for Christmas. Ask God for Christmas. Love that song, To Be Faithful and True. Those songs will, I think, continue to go on. So I want to thank you. I mean, I haven't been in music for decades officially, and yet, you know, from time to time, the songs continue to play. So what we do, especially in Christian music, is more than just writing and singing and dancing. It's actually a ministry that continues on. So I wanted to congratulate you for that consistency that you have.
Thank you, Pastor. Well, God just give me a heart for it, because I know I have like several friends that do it and say, man, sometimes I reach to this point where I feel discouraged and I want to do it, but Pastor, I always find like a joy if you do it. I mean, even wake up in the morning, do my devotion, go to class, do my lead devotion, start with music, sing for the kids, and the kids just sing along. For me, that blessing, maybe that inspiration where God put me where, just give me an inspiration to do it and keep on doing. When you hear you start this song and next week you hear the children sing it line by line. Man, you don't need no other audience. So if you don't go a big crowd, every year you go a little crowd where you know some of the children, they sing along and something might stick in at the head, and that's always a prayer that they get encouraged and inspired.
Could you talk about the Gospel Choice Music Awards for those who don't know what it's all about in Atlanta?
All right, so the Gospel Choice Music Award is an award show where, like, that's why it's always good, like what Pastor said, you be consistent, you post your stuff, because you never know who to listen. And when you post your stuff, you got people listen and they like what they hear. So you call what they call and nominate you. So you go like by nomination. So for the past couple of years, I found out like people who nominate me. To be honest, this year, it was like 3 different awards. You have 2 more that I got nominated to, and I just received one last night that said that from a prayer factor that I made it to the finalist list. But I'm really familiar with this one. So this is the one that I'm pushing with, and also one in Alabama. But these ones are new, so I didn't like push it as much as possible.
The one from Alabama is new.
The one from Alabama, and the next one from Atlanta called Prayer Factor. This is the 19th year that they do this one. But the Gospel Choice Award is one are well known, so that they go for like 32 years. Well, I know the rest are well known because I see some video clips where the event happened and stuff. But I don't push them too. They're like, well, push this one because I don't familiar with this one. But so far, Pastor, it's 3 that I get nominated for, and it's usually in an email that comes and say somebody nominate you and for such and such award if you accept it or not.
And are they for your newer songs, or is it for song? Is it for artists, or is it just for the work done over the last year between awards, or what's the categories that you qualify for?
Well, one for gospel reggae, one for gospel Afrobeat for a song where name He Lives. So I did an Afrobeat song. Then 2, I see for a song where I do a music video when God is good. So that I'm more like a contemporary worship song where I do, because I know people love that song, because I remember going to a pastor conference in Mexico, and when I played a song, man, people enjoy. People really enjoy when I played live with an American band and stuff like that at Tijuana, and man, so I decided, I said I need to do maybe like one lead dancer, lead finish at a song. And so that the next one where I said 2 of them nominate me for that. Wow. So for the song and the music video.
And when you go there, do you perform your music as well, or is it just to go and accept the award? Or?
The first step, I tell you that the nomination. So once you get nominated, they tell you somebody nominate you, and then list the person, and then they just ask you if you accept it. Then after you accept it now, everybody will get nominated, get the chance. This are for I could talk for Gospel Choice Music since I did for a while. The others are new to them. So for Gospel Choice Music, after you do that, they ask you to submit your name to do a song. But remember that hundreds of people, they put in their name from Africa, from all over, people from all over the world. So you put in your name and then they choose you if not if you're going to perform. So I did get the email that I'm going to perform. God is good in Atlanta.
Nice. That's nice. So now this fundraiser concert is this weekend, but I noticed it's free to enter. So how you raise the funds?
Well, I say, God provide, because I don't got a few people say, I got this list, something for help out and stuff like that. And then I also have so far I got a few, people from the US that don't sit there and donate at least something towards it. So I say they come, leave it, fully there, but it don't reach the halfway part. So I don't say where God provide.
You can't come back yet, but
yes, Pastor. So every year God faithful and God provide, and man, so I can't complain. So
But people can make a donation still.
Yes, they could still do that.
Come and bring something.
Yes,
bring a financial donation.
Yes, I always say, Pastor, enough to be $50, enough to be $100. You come, you got $8, you drop in at the box. Even if you don't got nothing, man, we always want to just come and have a good time in God. Everything comes down. Yeah, but we know some people might, man, I want to go to this concert, but I don't have. Come, why you come?
What time does the event start? We know that it's going to be at Evangel Temple, which is right on the highway.
Right on the
correct. So give us some details. That's of course people, residents of Belmopan, Roaring Creek, all surrounding villages. You can be a part of that event tomorrow night. So talk to us just a little bit about the details.
Yes,
as well.
so it's going to be at Evangel Temple in Roaring Creek at 7 o'clock. So we set the max to be 7 to 9. Like what I told LJ in the interview, if people want to leave more and the band available, maybe we might go on next half an hour. If people want more music, because I know sometimes you go there and you want you stop. And so, but I mean, we do have a limit, because then we don't want to hold back nobody or anything like that.
Nice. So talk about the lineup. Who can persons expect to see performing at the concert?
All right, so you have no other than 501 Genesis will be there, and I say, man, I really, how I could say it, I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Like what my friend said, appreciate.
Yeah, appreciate. Yes.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys, man. Cause when you get old and you see young people, they continue this thing, you feel good, because, man, I want to keep it, what I say in a music term, when I say, I want to keep a tight set together. And so 501 Genesis will be there doing their thing, and I expect a lot. We have my friend Omar Petillo from Roaring Creek, man. We go way back doing music. We have my Bali Reality Youth. So Reality Youth, you call him a fireman when he come for bonfire.
Long time on a Reality Youth perform.
Yes, so Reality.
Yeah, very good.
Then you have, I know Dalanosha Jen go along with 501 Genesis, and yeah, then I also have my friend Tamo. So Tamo is back in Belize, and Tamo will come and do a thing with the band and stuff.
It's a full night.
Yeah, it's a full night, Pastor.
It's a full night.
It's a night, as we say, where you come out and you could come and enjoy the music, because we want everybody get the opportunity. So that's not something where when I say a concert, that's about me or about this one, no, about everybody come and enjoy. So. And I think 501 be the highlight for the night, because, man, you guys kicked us.
We try, we try to come back. We had a long break, like my dad said, after COVID, a lot of bands. COVID sort of disrupted the groove and the flow that most people had. So, but we recently tried to come back, and we've been meeting regularly. I think we try to meet every other week. So it's good to try and to come back. We love ministering, and I think the country need more gospel musicians. It's a few. It used to be a lot. I remember back in the day, it used to be then you had Mervyn Band, you had the Levites, you had Principalas del Rey, the Spanish band. You had a lot, and now it's almost everybody stop at the same time sake of COVID. So it's rough right now.
Yeah.
Well, it was good to see Heavenly's coming back after decades again as well. I think they did a good show at Belize City Center, and the crowd that turned up, I think there were probably over 4,000, 3,000 to 4,000 people crowd. At least there. For me, that made my day, made my week, probably made my year to be able to see, one, Heavenly is back, two, the turnout, because it shows that people are still there. You see, if people will come to these Christian concerts and are willing to pay what it takes to actually host high quality concerts, then you can actually see artists feeling that, well, I can write, I can do something, I can increase my skill. Because it's like in my day, old man and everything, we could sell cassettes, and then after that we moved to CDs. Yeah. We could sell, and then we had cassettes and CDs, so that you could actually have your music, you could own your music. So if one CD would sell for $25, every CD selling for $25, even if it cost you $5 to make one, there was a $20 profit. And we never paid ourselves, so we spent that on getting better equipment or traveling and doing ministry in different parts of the country. To me, Spotify and these things, they're paying what, cents on the dollar. You know, they're paying cents. So your music is getting out there. People are playing it. It's airing, but you're not generating revenue, right? So the only thing that exists with revenue right now, like solid revenue worldwide, is touring. Touring or actual concerts. So I want to encourage Belizeans, come out, get out of the bedrooms, get out of the sofa, turn off the TV, go and take your family to the event this weekend, because I'm not going to have a concert until I see sufficient people willing to foot the bill, because I don't want to eat the bill. I don't mind eating maybe a small portion of the bill when I have a concert, but I don't want that's my thing, Dennis. So essentially, please come out this weekend, please come out, because I do want to do something this summer, like the Lord is just stirring my heart to do something big this summer. But let's have something big tomorrow night.
Is your music on streaming that people can look for?
So I have it on all digital platform, and like what you say, Pastor, sometimes I see 1,000 a stream. I want to look. By the end of the month, no, sometimes I say, which still I appreciate, sometimes I say 20 US, 25 US per month come in just by streaming. So it do go on with a lot, because 25 US are like 50 Belize, I mean, just for streaming. Yeah. But because people don't buy the music again. I remember, why should I buy it when I could just get it off of Spotify and put it on your phone and play it when you want and stuff like that.
But keep doing it, because as I said, these things will outlast us, and lives are being impacted, lives will be impacted. Dear Revelation used to have a thing where say, every one Christian song where we get past secular radio, one less secular song to play. So it's also penetration, So if we are able to get a Christian song on secular radio into that rotation, thousands of people are listening. So it's not necessarily a financial gain per se, but God is keeping you going. I mean, He's providing the resources, and so let's keep doing the work of the Lord. You have some closing comments before we go? Go ahead.
Can I just say, quickly thank you? So I want to thank you guys. So Pastor, from the beginning, I know you're always there and stuff like that, and so I really appreciate that. I know Hearts of Christ are always there with me. And you see, I check one of my friends from Econo Diesel, and they give me something, and that helped me to get the engineer, because I said I really want some good and stuff like that. So I really appreciate everybody that played part. And countrywide, man, the ones that call and say I want to give a little small donation, everything comes. So again, we want you to come out and come in full force. If you don't got nothing, still come.
Nice. And again, that's tomorrow at the Evangel Temple Church in Rowing Creek. It's right by, I think, the second speed bump when you hit Rowing Creek. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So I hope a lot of people come out to support. And of course, when are you planning to leave to Atlanta? When are you going?
16th of July.
Okay, so a month from now.
Yeah.
Do you have a set target in mind of how much you need to raise? I know you said you're halfway.
Well, usually their trip would cost almost like 2,000 change to close to 3,000, especially now like how things down. Yeah. No,
okay.
Belize.
Okay.
Belize, yeah.
Besides the ticket, or inclusive of the...
No, the ticket, the hotel and...
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Well, Belize, let's do that. We have one Belizean Christian artist that's making ripples outside.
Correct.
So let's do what we can to support. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We wish you well, and of course we'll see you there. All right, Belize, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. We have more guests joining us, so don't go anywhere. See you on the next side of the advertisement.
Land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place me ever roam could be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love it.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad in the month of June. Visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, oh, Benny's.
Serious about your sound? So are we. At Lavitza, music isn't just business, it's our vibe. From first-time players to seasoned pros, Belize chooses Lavitza. Whether you're a solo artist, band, church, school, or marching band, we speak your language. Experience the crisp keys of a Yamaha, the legendary beat of Pearl and Tama drums, and a premium selection of guitars, mics, mixers, and speakers. We only stock the best, gear that's built to perform, designed to last, and backed by expert service with a smile. At Lavitza, it's about more than the equipment. It's about friendship and the joy of making music. Your passion is our mission. No cash? No worries. Ask about our flexible payment plans. From the mainland to the islands, we ship countrywide. Lavitza, the good stuff at better prices.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca parking facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca parking facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
Belize is a beautiful country, our country, and as it develops using its best resources and people, it is our job to protect and to serve. We are the police. We are working in partnership with the community for a safer Belize. Are you ready for the challenge? The Belize Police Department encourages you to join our elite team of officers. This is an opportunity to serve your nation in any of several ways. Let us train you to excel as a creative professional in the preservation of life and property and public safety. Let us give you the knowledge you need to connect the dots and solve a crime. We can train you to develop the courage needed to conduct surveillance and collect information necessary to bring in criminals. We will teach you to systematically track missing persons and effectively fight the war on illicit drugs. We will teach you to embrace technology in the fight against crime, study trends in crime, find crime hotspots, and do methodical research that links crime across borders. You will be empowered to improve your neighborhood, courteously reaching out to local leaders and connect with your growing diverse communities. Or if you wish, we can train you to train others. You will pass on these qualities to the next generation of officers in the classroom and in the field. It's demanding, but it's very rewarding, and it's not for everybody. We are looking for a few good men and women. We seek and accept only the best. We are the Belize Police Department, recruiting now.
To apply, you must be a Belizean between ages 18 and 37 years old, have a minimum of a high school diploma, good general health and physical fit, and no criminal conviction. Visit the nearest police station or the National Police Training Academy Admissions Office for an application packet. Application can also be downloaded from the Belize Police Department website.
The biggest tournament requires the ultimate streaming experience with NextGen TV. Win with NextGen. Pay your bill or sign up for a NextGen bundle plan for a chance to win a 43, 55, or up to 65-inch smart TV bundle, a brand new soundbar, and many more prizes. Get ready to witness football history being made with NextGen. Not a NextGen TV subscriber yet? Contact us to subscribe today. NextGen TV, your stadium at home.
Flowers are more than petals and stems. They are messages. They speak when words fall short. At Bow and Our Flowers, every arrangement tells a story of love, gratitude, comfort, and celebration of moments that matter. From heartfelt condolences to joyful milestones and everyday surprises, we treat your moments as if they are our own. We're more than a flower shop. We create customized gift baskets filled with adorable items, making every gift truly unforgettable. At Bow and Our Flowers, our promise is simple: quality, heart, and arrangements that create long-lasting memories. Visit us in Nopan or Spanish Local. Contact us. Bow and Our Flowers, where every flower has a purpose and every gift hits the heart.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
We have 15 communities today present, which comprises of the Cayo, Stancrick, and Toledo districts. We have water boards and village councils. The village councils are receiving maintenance equipment in the name of riding mower or weed eaters. Simultaneously, we are distributing water meters for expansion purposes, and also what that does, it helps water boards to become self-sustainable through proper water management, increase of revenue, and then they would be able to make investment back in their respective communities. Also, we have culverts, pipes, fittings for expansion purposes, and water meters.
These resources are more than just equipment. They represent a commitment to rural development, community pride, and the continued partnership between government and local authorities.
This is about service to our people.
Rural communities must also benefit.
Most of you that are here, if not everyone, has voluntary services
to assist us to complement that humanitarian assistance that we are giving to our people. And without your help, we won't be able to do much.
We want to build capacity. We want to build sustainability in your communities. That's important. We will help those who want to help themselves.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize.
It's 8 o'clock in the studios of Plus TV, and whatever part of the country you are watching us from, thank you so very much for choosing Rise and Shine as your morning program of choice. It's Friday morning, and of course this program repeats. Many of you watch the repeats either in the evenings or nighttime, or Sunday evenings when we do back-to-back repeats. I don't know if I could compete against football right now, because even me to watch football, and I don't know an avid football fan. So, but this year I'm actually locked. I was laughing because I catch myself even watching UFC, is it called UFC, in front of Donald Trump's White House last week. So I don't know what's happening, but this weekend is Father's Day, so I don't know if there's much testosterone around to share. But football is on around the world, and guess where you can get the best viewing devices? You know where, LJ?
Right at Quartz.
Absolutely.
Right at Quartz, and they're having a huge sale this weekend. I think it's Game On. The sale is called, and this morning we're joined by Delisha Palacio and Timoteo Romero from Quartz, and they're going to be telling us all about these amazing deals.
Game On.
Correct.
Quartz.
Amazing deals that you guys can get this
morning,
weekend.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine.
I'm glad how you mentioned you're tuned into this game because we have the right deals.
The right deals.
Right now we're having 15% off TVs from 32 inch to 85.
Wow.
We also have 98 inch at $3,999.
Under $4,000,
yes.
You can get.
So you could watch it in a 4K if you like.
And 90 what?
98 inch.
Oh man.
I'm thinking
yes.
about that before.
Fills up a whole wall.
Yeah,
right.
The whole wall. We're getting there, Belize, we're getting there.
And the good part about it is that we also have a 75 inch that is only going for $16.99.
$16.99.
That's $16.99.
Like
that has saved $600 because the original price was $22.99. Yes.
This is the time to upgrade, Belize.
Right, and besides that, we also have 2 days credit sale that is happening today and tomorrow. We have a credit sale that is happening on every aspect of the store. So we have fridges, stoves at 15% off 18 plus months. You have furnitures and mattress, you have 20% off. And also, guys, I know it's been hot for the past month. However, we have 15% off ACs as well. You can purchase it cash or on credit, you get the 15% off. So Mr. Tim is going to tell you how you can qualify to get these items on credit, and we also have easy approval. And for sub customers, pre-approved credit.
Right. Thank you so much, Felicia. So the other thing too, you know, all of our items, whenever you purchase them as well, they also come along with protection.
Correct.
Of course. We actually offer all the way up to 4 years warranty, you know, protection on all of your items whenever you purchase them on credit, and whenever you purchase on cash, of course, especially TVs actually also come along with a set amount of warranty as well. But you can also extend, you know, that's an option for you as well to protect your investment, right? Now, we actually
years are creeping up, though, up to 4 years extended warranty. Like 1, 2, 3, within a 4.
4 years.
Wow.
You know, sometimes it's actually a real relief for customers whenever they come in after 3 years and be like, hey, oh yes, you know, my item was actually protected, and they get that real sense of relief, like, hey, you know, I have a plan B, or, you know, courts have my back, right?
Yes. and we always talk positively about courts for that, you know, because look at our electricity supply. Sometimes it's fluctuating, it's all over the place. You know, get a good backup for your electronic devices, and yet with that sometimes things happen. So you're just paying just a little bit more for that amazing protection that you can get. I think there's like a standard 1 year, or is it called a manufacturer's warranty?
Anything that is purchased from the store, for example, big item like fridges, stove, TVs, ACs, any furniture, it comes with a 1 year warranty, and it can be extended up to 4 years. One of the benefits that I can say about the warranty is that, for example, if you have a washer, a dryer, fridge, or stove, we go to your home, the technician go to your home. If you purchase a TV 65 and up, the technician go to your home. So these are the benefits. It's easy. You can just call in and be like, hey, my fridge is not working. We open a service request and our technician go over. Also, when you purchase on credit, your item is also insured, meaning that if you are hospitalized, if you are laid off, hurricane, the item is secure, and that's one of the benefits. Yes, and those are some of the benefits you get when you purchase on hire purchase. So you don't look at it that, you know what, I'm paying this amount, however your items are secure, and it offer you a peace of mind for, you know, a long period of time. And even after the 4 years warranty, we also offer out of service request as well, that you can come in, we open a request, and the technician go to your home. So these are all benefits you get when you purchase at courts. Besides that, we also offer, we're a company that offer a full range of items. So for example, we offer installations for our AC, our stoves, our dryers. So, you know, it's a one-stop solution. If you want to purchase with us, you can just purchase the full bundle. No stress.
I know you're saying 15% off the TVs, but I'm also seeing here 20%, well, up to 20% off on all furniture in the store as well, right?
Excellent time to get that you know, how do we call it? The seats that you can jog
we
back?
have the full recliners as well.
Lazy boys.
That has 20% off. You can watch a big screen and sit in comfortable. And like I said, we also have AC for the hot time. We have 15% off as well.
But nice recliner on that 98-inch TV.
You can't go wrong.
It sounds good.
35% off your entire purchase for buy two.
You can't go wrong. And the thing is with it, if you purchase it on credit, we offer free delivery. So you don't need to figure out how I'm going to move this from the store to my house. We also offer free delivery.
So today is Friday. This is a big weekend.
Yes.
What days are we looking at?
So we're looking at today, which is the 19th, and the 28th, which is tomorrow. So guys, you only have 2 days to take advantage of this great deal.
Today and tomorrow.
So if people are watching it and they want to create an account, how can they do so if they don't have an active one?
Excellent question. So basically, we have two types of customers, right? You have your self-employed and you have your employed, right? So if you're a person that's employed, you know, all you need is your job letter, your social security card or passport, and a utility bill, right? So that's all you need. If you are a self-employed customer, it's also not it's not a lot of stuff, right? It's
Okay.
easy as well. So all you need is your social security card, your utility bill, and of course proof of income.
And is that process fast? Like if someone doesn't have an account and they go in today, would they be able to get their stuff tomorrow? Is it that fast?
Well, as I think Delisha kind of touched a little bit on it before. You know, Quartz is all about convenience, right? Not only with the after sale support that we give you, but also in terms of the accounts. So the account, whenever it comes in, we do the heavy lifting, we do the analysis for you. So whenever we complete the analysis, then you should be able to get your items. So we do the hard stuff. All you need to do is just give us the information, and we take it from there.
And I think you guys are also having like a scavenger hunt tomorrow to find the TCL remote hunt, right?
We also have like various days we have different activities. For example, like we have mystery days. We have so much happening in store that customers can come in and take advantage of.
I love hunt for remote. I can't find it.
Right, so if you guys, if you don't want to miss something like that, you could always follow our social media channels.
Yeah, very good.
So we always have stuff going on at Quartz, like Delisha mentioned, mystery days, hunt for the TCL remote, right? You have different things that are happening whereby you could actually win stuff, apart from what we offer, right?
No, it's also is it Father's Day this weekend, right?
Sunday.
Right.
Sunday is Father's Day, so gifts are available in abundance at Quartz.
Yes, we have grills for the fathers. We have a variety of options, and like I mentioned, every aspect has a discount. So you can walk in, get your credit account. You don't need no cash. It's zero down. Pay after 30 days. Free delivery, and you can get up to 20% off on your 18 plus.
We even have items right now like fitness equipment, the riding bikes and the treadmills and what's not. Whenever you purchase those for Dad, it comes along with a free football.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
Perfect.
And then for like the TVs, if you purchase, it comes with a little TCL gift, like you would say a gift box with a ball, a bottle, a pump, everything. It's really nice. So customers can come in and take advantage
That's
of
for your
this
98
promotion.
and 85-inch TVs, yes, TCL TVs.
And I'm seeing here that some local pop-up vendors are also going to be there.
That would be at certain select locations.
So not in Belmopan, but maybe in Belize.
Right, right.
Okay, nice. So people have to try and come out this weekend if they want these deals.
Right.
It's only tomorrow is the last day, you guys say. What time are you going to be open? Because I think the last time you guys came on open early on, I had one whole line outside waiting for you guys to open. Are you expecting a big crowd again tomorrow?
We'll be open 8 to 5 today and tomorrow, so customers can come in today or tomorrow. So we're open 8 to 5 tomorrow and 8 to 5 today.
Nice.
Right. And we love, that Belmopan always comes out, and supports us. So, guys everyone that's watching, we appreciate you.
And then for our sub-customers that already have an account with us, you all just need to bring in your social and you have pre-approved credits, meaning that you can take the item immediately if you don't want the delivery, which will be Tuesday.
Wow. So all furniture, up to all furniture, you can get up to 20% off on credit purchases.
Right.
But only on 18 plus months credit account, right?
Right. So if you went in and you see a sofa set that you like, it's the time to come in and purchase it because you get 20% off.
Wow. Right. And then you also spoke about the AC and the TVs as well. So almost everything in the store is kind of
And the good part about the AC is that they're inverters and they're really at a nice price point. So it's really good. So customers can come in and take advantage of that. We have ranges from 12,000 BTU to 24,000 BTU.
And we have deals on those on cash or credit. So guys, come on over to the store. Like I always say, find your gift at Quartz, right? Or find your you at Quartz, because in reality, it's all about you. Yeah. Whenever you come into Quartz, you see what you like, and then you can get, build your vision with Quartz.
I saw some pop-up vendors at the bottom there. Any pop-up vendors tomorrow?
So those will be at specific locations.
Okay.
So this promotion is happening, at all Quartz. Yes. But we encourage our Belmopan people to come on out and support us. To also mention that hurricane season is here and it's gonna rain and stuff like that. We also have dryers starting from just $10.99. So, and you can also bundle them with a washer and you get a combo deal. So these are some of the discounts we have on cash, and you can also get it on credit.
And we even have the 2-in-1, right?
Yeah,
which is
the larger center.
The larger center that
and
has
customer
the dryer
asks for
and
it in
washer.
black. We also have in a darker color if they're interested in that option. So we have a variety of items and a variety of promotion happening this weekend, and we encourage you to come on down and shop.
So I know you spoke, well, your brochure, right, Mystery Day. I'm seeing here that's one day only, and that's today. What is mystery? What is that?
So every day we have one specific.
mystery,
So you need to walk into the store and we can tell you what's the mystery day. So every week we have one day that we choose a mystery day. It can be a stove, it can be a fridge, and the price will be far less than the original price.
Right. So we give you like a
stay connected to that social media page.
So these are posted on
every week. So you actually get like this crazy deal on a certain item.
Yes.
Some people, I think it was a customer that came in one time. He's like, "Is this price right?"
Yes.
couldn't believe it.
He couldn't believe the price because he was like, "Is this really like the price?" And we told him like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I'll take it."
We also post on our socials when we're having the mystery days, so customers can come on in and see what we have on that specific day. Like I mentioned, it could be a fridge, it could be a washer, it could be a dryer, a stove. Yes.
Stay connected with course. So you
Yeah.
know exactly what is
Right. Love that. All right. We miss anything or some closing comments? And remember that if you're an entrepreneur, this is the time. I really love how you guys have supported so many people going into small business in so many different ways, because you can let that product work for you. There are some very special things that I enjoy about what your company does that were never available before. So I could remember people would have to wait a year, maybe more sometime with that little layaway plan, laying away,
Well, on a
you
final...
watch the stove and the stove they watch you, but you can't cook on that.
Right. So on a final note that, you mentioned that, for self-employed especially, we do also offer our Ready Finance. So if you see probably something that we don't offer at Quartz and, you want to get that for your business, we can also work out a plan whereby we purchase the item for you and you pay Quartz over time. Right. So we also have that available as well as financing too, because we do offer small business loans.
No excuse, LJ. There's no excuse.
I'm very interested in that dryer for $10.99, you said?
Yes,
and that's after the discount?
That's before.
Okay, that's
before the discount.
That's before the discount.
So with the discount, they go lower.
I hope my
and you could bundle it with a
And you can bundle it.
Wow. Crazy rain, so you need a dryer.
Yes.
And we do have gas and electric too.
Wonderful. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will continue to remind people that the game is on at Quartz, and you got to get in it, right? So make sure you go this weekend, and that's for viewers across the country. So wherever there's a Quartz near you, there's going to be a big weekend this weekend. So thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. Please, we'll take another break and we'll be right back.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go?
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Charbroil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Serious about your sound? So are we. At Lavitza, music isn't just business, it's our vibe. From first-time players to seasoned pros, Belize chooses Levitsa. Whether you're a solo artist, band, church, school, or marching band, we speak your language. Experience the crisp keys of a Yamaha, the legendary beat of Pearl and Tama drums, and a premium selection of guitars, mics, mixers, and speakers. We only stock the best, gear that's built to perform, designed to last, and backed by expert service with a smile. At Levitsa, it's about more than the equipment. It's about friendship and the joy of making music. Your passion is our mission. No cash? No worries. Ask about our flexible payment plans. From the mainland to the islands, we ship countrywide. Levitsa, the good stuff at better prices.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. We're having a third segment. Isn't that wonderful? It's 8:28 in the studios of PlusTV, and we ain't going to be long, but it's going to be deep. I think. LJ, the whole purpose of going paperless was to save some trees, but a paper had to move around.
Yeah.
In the government, a paper had to move around. So you had hard copies available where somebody could, if somebody feel that hanky panky to go and you do a photocopy, or take a picture of it. So everybody embraced this whole idea of paperless, because who doesn't want to be environmentally friendly?
Yeah.
But now we find out that instead of being paper pushers, what we really end up with is a paperless trail for corruption.
Yeah.
Right? So a CEO starts the process, because whether or not it comes from a tender or it doesn't come from a tender process, a minister does not have to be sitting at a tendering meeting.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because many times the people who do the tender are politically affiliated or selected for the purpose of carrying out these kinds of favors for ministers.
And that's why I didn't like the minister's response when asked about the allegations surrounding his family contracts. I think one of the media houses did a deflection counter, how much times he deflected during that interview. And he said it himself, he said he has nothing to do with it, it's the procurement committee, but those persons are appointed by ministers to carry out these types of jobs. So while you may not have direct control over it, you're still sort of, that looming presence, because you know if these people don't push this thing, they can be replaced. I mean, they don't want to lose that job.
And to me, it is questionable whether or not these things did go out to tender, because you don't tender anything under $10,000.
Yeah.
You see, so because if they truly were tendered and you genuinely and bona fide win a tender, then the amount is the amount, and there is no need to knock it down.
To break up the payments in so much different.
Right.
Small quantities, 9,999, just to escape that $10,000 threshold.
No, this thing is from some of these revelations are from 2020, 2022, 2023. Yeah. Now, why did it take 4 years, 5 years, 3 years for any kind of red flag? So what happened to this? We have a telephone call. Let's take this call. Let's hear what the caller has to say. All right, the caller's last.
And right? I think that's my one of my problems. I haven't been in media as long as you, Jules, and these other high top dogs, but public officers are there to essentially hold the government accountable. No matter what. You can't help push these types of things through, and then one day, 6 years later, when you're disgruntled, then decide to leak everything. You should have been leaking it from the start, right, so it didn't get to this point. And I think that's the part that's frustrating, because these public officers are there to do the check and balances for us who don't have access to the affairs.
Absolutely. That's a very important point that we will get to. Let's take the call, and then we'll come back to that point. Caller, good morning.
I think, caller, if you're calling in, you keep ending the call by mistake. But back to what I was saying, I think that's the frustrating part of it, that these public officers had access to these files from 5 years ago. This shouldn't have reached to this point. We could have had this information a long time, and it's just annoying that why are you doing it now?
Well, it's political.
Like,
because
think 5 years ago.
In a way, LJ, it appears that if Mira did not use the cyber crime bill act,
it's a domino effect.
Yes, and it's a very, I dare say that the people who leak the information are corrupt as well, for that very basic reason. This is fighting corruption with corruption, right? Because are we saying that if Mira did not use the cyber bill, we would still not know that today, and the practice would continue until closer to election, or until closer to when public servants want a raise?
Yeah.
This is the concern. So I think you are thinking about the root of the problem, because the release was also corrupt. Because immediately after that, then the opposition moved to Belmopan and organized the committee for a political response.
Yeah.
So they're not really interested in corruption and fighting corruption.
It's like a get back.
It's a get back, and it's a political play to try to recapture Belmopan in their eyes.
Yeah.
So there is no genuine corruption or anti-corruption fight. It's not genuine.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, all the political figures are coming for interviews that never wanted to take interviews over the years. So it is us, the citizens, that have to fight for anti-corruption measures. Let's take the call. We're trying to get this caller online, but we are unable to do so. So my understanding of the process is that a clerk has to enter the information into the system. So somebody is going to, like, there's not one transaction that they talk about, which is 44 different invoices numbered one after the other.
Yeah.
Right, somebody has to physically type that information in, And somebody literally had to break it down, LJ, because it's not 9,999, 9,999, 9,009, and then it has to add up to the exact. So somebody meticulously sat down and said 9,970.
Can't be a mistake. It was deliberately
9,837. All of these add numbers that still have to add up. So let us see the extent of the act, that this is not a mistake. This is a person sitting down and deliberately breaking down 44 different invoices with odd numbers under 9,000 to create a outcome of an exact number.
And that's for one day. I mean,
and that's a one day.
It happened for 5 years, at least 5 years that we know of.
So a clerk enters that information, and that clerk was silent for 5 years. Right? Then after that, AO gives the first approval, like an accountant gives the first approval, and then after that, the FO, right, a finance officer gives a second approval. So you already have 3 approvals. You have the CEO, then you have the AO, and then you have the FO, and then you have the clerk, and all of them remain silent. All right, and then after that, it moves into the vendor's account. So these are multiple people.
There's no way you can say it slipped, because it had to pass multiple checks, as you said. I think you said at least 3 or 4 persons that it had to pass through before it even reached the Mira's account. But it's reached the PM's ear. I think it's going to be a hot topic next week, Tuesday, at their cabinet meeting. I think Minister Julius Espat, he's been on the record stating, hey, he's going to ask the tough questions to Mira to his face. And yesterday the PM announced that there will be an audit of the Ministry of National Defense during that time period when Mira was the Minister of State in that ministry, and then promoted to the Minister of that ministry. But the PM says it's not looking good. The optics aren't good. I think Henry Charles also commented on it, saying that he's going to try to find out who that FO was, because he doesn't believe the FO is still with the ministry, but they can still find out who that FO was.
It doesn't matter, because if the person is now a civilian, they were under the regulation.
You're still answerable.
They're still answerable, and if they have just been transferred to another, transferred to another office, it's still answerable. So I have a list of people who I think can investigate, right? And I'll give you what they can investigate. So first of all, there's the Auditor General, the Auditor General's department, and the Auditor General, that's a constitutionally protected seat. Which means that PUP or UDP can just come and fire them. They have to go through, the process is extremely long. They are appointed by the House and the Senate. So these are not people who say, well, I'm afraid and I will lose my job. These could be people that maybe don't want to investigate, but they have the office to investigate. And so it starts with the Auditor General, because at any point in time, that Auditor General didn't even have to wait for the Prime Minister to come forward. It's a problem when the Prime Minister has to announce an investigation, because the Auditor General's office is independently empowered by the Constitution.
Well, yes, but then again, maybe the Auditor General's office is looking what happened to the Ombudsman and say, man, I know my contract I cancel it for the
right, but remember the auditor. Remember the very good point. But remember the Ombudsman came to the end of his contract, and the contract was not renewed. So that Auditor General needs to have a, sorry to put it this way, a spine to be able to say, my contract is I'm not renewing my contract. And then if you are, that's self-preservation in a sense. If you say, I will not do my job because
afraid to
lose it. And that's why I salute the ombudsman, because he recognized that some of what he was doing would bring him into trouble with the administration, but he still did his job. That's the kind of person that we want in these positions. I'm not saying that the Auditor General that we have currently is like that. I'm just saying that she is constitutionally protected. She can send a team in right now to investigate. She did not need a word from the Prime Minister. So let's have a clear understanding of that. The second person is the Accountant General, operating, I think, out of the Ministry of Finance. Again, another highly protected position where you are responsible for the government's numbers. And something is wrong there, you can intervene. The Contractor General, right? Again, this is a constitutionally protected space. Contracts that exceed a certain amount should go to the Contractor General's office. So from the fact that you are willfully subverting this process, at least some kind of investigation needs to be launched from the Contractor General's office, because they added up to numbers which the Contractor General is responsible for.
1.8 million in 5 years.
Number 4, the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission, again, is a constitutionally provided check and balance, where we don't have to just report for ourselves, but also immediate family members. So here we see that all of these family members are allegedly enriching themselves with government contracts. So how does that impact Mira's finances directly and indirectly, because they are siblings? So they come under the PIP. These are publicly exposed persons, and their records and finances should have it is the Integrity Commission that can have access. So how over the last 5 years has the wealth of Mira either been improperly filed or properly filed, and it's exorbitant to the amount that you have to say, okay, what's happening here? Integrity Commission. FIU, Finance and Intelligence Unit. Certainly accounts are ballooning. So the FIU, again, can do investigation. Then you have the Income Tax Department. For this amount of money that are now coming into this family, coming into individuals, coming into these companies, are they declaring them, and is tax being levied upon, is the tax corresponding to the amount that they are getting, the contracts that they are getting, and the percentage. Then there is the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission, because public servants are involved. You have the clerk. The CEO is not a public servant. That's a political officer. But the clerk, the AO, the FO, all of them fall under the regulations of the Public Service Commission. And then there is JPAC. The PAC, the Public Accounts Commission Committee, because this is there was a PAC in the lower house and a PAC in the upper house, and the JPAC means that they join. So there is a literal joint, and this is a result of public advocacy, push, that the Public Accounts Committee becomes more active. And so I look forward to the JPAC having a meeting and bringing people in front of the House Committee and asking them the hard question. So you see how many committees that, just off the top of my head, how many groups could actually investigate certain aspects of what happened. And I don't even say police, because I know they say that anything criminal was...
and also I think some media houses are trying to insinuate that it could be a money laundering. I don't see it from that angle. I think it was just a get-rich-quick scheme for the siblings. But yesterday...
Boy, they were certainly taking advantage of a win.
And it's just a year into their second term as well. It's not like they've been here for 3 terms yet or something. So Who knows what more will come out? But I want to play the clip from the Prime Minister yesterday.
Sure.
Who said that he will be ordering an audit of the Ministry of Defense.
But, today I'm speaking with the Financial Secretary for him to ask the Auditor General to go and to do an audit into that period in question, and to ensure that, one, that there was value for money, secondly, that the procurement process was followed properly, and then to get a report. I don't want to prejudice the report, so I'm hoping then that we will be able to get a report, and based on the report then we can act. It's certainly not good for us, and it certainly puts me in a very uncomfortable position, but without really getting into defending anybody or any issue, but what I've been informed is that the mirrors have been in this business and doing business with the BDF from as far back as 2005. So even during the UDP days, they were also selling to the BDF, maybe not to this extent, I don't know, but it certainly leaves a lot for you to be able to question and to look at. So, but
there are
I
other
don't
pressure
care,
points.
But if you were to allow me,
No.
I'm just saying, just allow us for the process to go. I don't want to prejudice anything, so it is something that we have to address, and I believe that we will address, and that at the end of the day, the people will see also that the tremendous amount of work that we continue to do. It has created a red flag, and that's why I'm asking the Auditor General to take a look at it. And it's also important to point out that we need, let's leave it at that. Let's have the Auditor General take a look first of that period, and have to come up with some recommendations on how we could better improve the system. As I said, we're working on the central procurement unit or office that will be able to centralize procurement of services and goods and services for the government, whereby it will be more open to public scrutiny as opposed to having it all over the place.
But
we need to improve.
PUPs
We need
want
to improve.
action.
Yes,
PUPs want to see you
and
do
that is
something
that's why we're taking
remedial.
action. Yes. Well, we are taking action.
But that's
we have
slow
to take
action. An
An
audit will take months.
Well, we will ask them to be able to try to do it as quickly as we possibly can, without prejudicing the report.
Interesting comments from the Prime Minister. I was going to ask you, is it, in your view, do you think it's too late for an audit? An audit takes time. It's going to take at least 4 or 5 months. I mean,
it's never too late. It's never too late, LJ. I am glad that the Prime Minister has come forward and spoken about it directly. I am glad that he has ordered an investigation, and I need to make that clear. Remember, besides being Prime Minister, he's also Minister of Finance, right? So it is his duty also. So nothing is wrong. It is absolutely right for the Prime Minister to order an investigation and an audit. So what I was saying is that these organizations can independently, they are already constitutionally empowered to do so. So they should, not all of them, what should I say? In a truly democratic society,
they would have done the investigation.
They would have had, from the first break, they would have been investigating and would have been able to come forward to say, we are investigating this. The fact, not a single, it's like everybody just freeze. That's what will happen.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Like the media is pumping out information and so on, and everybody freeze waiting for instruction. Now all of a sudden when the Prime Minister say, okay, and it's not supposed to be like that. The Prime Minister, as the Minister of Finance, does have the authority to order investigation, both as Prime Minister and as Minister of Finance. But separately from the Prime Minister, we pay good money to people to carry out their fiduciary duty to the state and to the people of Belize, totally separate from the Prime Minister. But I'm glad that the Prime Minister has done that. I think he's also kind of frozen the Recondev committee.
Well, he said that he spoke to the CAPSEC to see how they can appoint a new Recondev board. We know that The current chair of the board is Brian Mira. That's Oscar Mira's brother. He was placed there after they won. But it seems that after all these allegations, because you also have the fast construction allegations, they've been receiving a lot of contracts throughout Belmopan, a fairly new company as well that has been receiving a lot of contracts for these roads. I think SIF is also contracting them. I think BWS had put out a press release as well stating their sort of affiliation. So there are a lot of questions. There's a lot of concerns as well. I know the Sir George Brown Park that is lit is also lit by a company that is Mira adjacent, if I could call it that. So there's a lot of companies that sort of came out of nowhere that are receiving these contracts, and we don't know for how much is the question. We don't know how much the lighting of the park is. We don't know these construction works. So yeah, the PM said that he's gonna disband that Recondev board and appoint a new one.
Yeah. Well, the Prime Minister has been having issue after issue since the last election.
I was just going to say,
you wouldn't believe how close that election is.
His hands are full because there's also the John Pinello allegations that came out this week. The acting force chief, allegations of bribery, colluding. So the PM has his hands full right now.
Which banks are dealing with these things, LJ? That's a question that one of our viewers is asking, because if it is so that this person who is making allegations against John Pinello has been putting money in the bank, why the bank not flag that?
Well, that, from the screenshot I saw, I believe it's Heritage that the money was sent through. I could be wrong, but I believe it's Heritage. But John is saying that's for his company, the electronics company that he owns. He says that they were purchasing electronics from him.
Oh,
that payment was for the electronics.
That's still problematic.
That's what he says the payment was for.
That is problematic.
But then the businessman is saying,
so he has acknowledged that he has received funds from that company. He has, if he is saying that's for works that I did. So how do we know that the works, that the money that was received is at the value of the work? So that has to be investigated.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I could sell you a computer for $10,000. You understand? Maybe the computer value $3,000, and the next $7,000 is you understand? Yeah. So that has to be investigated. But then what about in the Mira case? This money went into a bank account from government. 9,000. I will have to say that 44 times, LJ. And which bank is that? No, there was no red flag. You know which thing bank they try red flag with with a legitimate stuff? Some might have for just hundreds of dollars and so on. And the bank call we in for give explanation. And these banks, some of these banks are very corrupt. Because even if it came from government, that was questionable.
Yeah.
The bank should have questioned it. So I'm saying it's not just a clerk.
Because
it's not just a EO, it's not just a CEO, it's not just a FO, it's also a bank.
Yeah, because if it is a legitimate contract that was awarded through the legal tender process, you should have no problem receiving the contract for
400,000 straight up.
One lick, because it's legal.
You are claiming that there was a genuine public tender. Yeah. You are saying that you applied along with other people. You are saying that you won the tender. I mean, that should have been public.
And you've done the work. You've done the work.
You're right. You do vegetables. This is not a problem. That's why I just waited. I waited because it's a legitimate family with a legitimate business in vending vegetables.
Who have been supplying that ministry since 2005 as well.
No problem at all. No problem at all. But then all of those things under $10,000, like that's right where you fail.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's just right where they fail. And then it's in the same ministry where the minister was working at the time as Minister of State, and so the questions have to be raised. You know, the Bible says too, do you not everything in the darkness must come to light. You know, so like it's going to come to light.
But I don't think they thought it would come to light so fast. Like I said, it's just the beginning of the second term.
I
don't know what all more is going to come out. I know some persons are questioning some shady land deals, because there's a quote-unquote estate being built in Belmopan that houses a lot of persons from one family.
LG,
People
don't go into shark-infested waters if you have a cut.
Yeah.
Because
you're bleeding and smell it.
And I think that's where it is. There's a lot more, I think, that's going to come out. Some of it may be genuine, not genuine, but that's why the investigation is necessary. Yeah. And I'm very glad that the Prime Minister has come out and says, investigate. And I want to see other investigations as well. And the JPAC, the Public Accounts Committee in the National Assembly, is empowered to call in this list of people to say, what are you doing? What have you started? Why did your system not do red flags? Like that. And that needs to be public. Let's bring in the cameras, and it needs to be. Right? Because when you post on social media, you post public too, right? Yep. So make we know the details as well, and make we say if we could post on the responses. And I think that was what was troubling when some of the members of the family began to write posts that, in my opinion, showed like in their head they are entitled to these large chunks of land. They are entitled to this kind of service where they can get $500,000 under $10,000 cuts. And like, I don't know the Belizean psyche. It is hard to predict when Belizeans get enough. It's very hard, because Belizeans could cuss you out or tell you hard things, but they don't really mean it per se. But then, like, there's a time when a cut happen and the feeding frenzy begins. So let's see what happens anyway.
And I don't like, piggybacking off what you said, I don't like the responses from the family members so far. Like we said at the award ceremony, the Minister of Home Affairs, he did give a response, deflecting a lot, not taking the blame, and then his family members are also posting on Facebook with a hint of arrogance that I think is rubbing people the wrong way. I think they should just be quiet and let it ride out. Not show your face right now on Facebook, not to make no posts. But I don't know why they're doing it.
Someone is saying here that Brian Mira is the chairman of the board for Compre.
Yes, well, he sits on it. I'm not sure if he's the chairman.
Or sits on it, and then on SIF, Social Investment Fund Board.
Well, I'm not sure.
I think these are things to check and look at. So I know I vote for one Mira. Sorry for putting it that way. I vote for one Mira. And as I always tell my Belizean people, my vote is very sacred. It's never been bought or sold, and I hold my vote in very high esteem, close to my heart. In other words, I demand the very, very best from the person that I vote for. I demand the best.
You know what's frustrating as well? Like as I
never vote for a whole open packet, a whole crew.
You know what's frustrating as a young voter who is interested in the dynamics of politics, that even if we continue, if there's continuous evidence mounting against Mira, there's still no strong person to challenge him from the opposition.
Yeah. Because I gotta say it too. If you sell a green, you don't got my vote. I'm sorry, you sell a green. My greens are, I don't want to say sacred, but my greens are very, very special to me. And I'm sorry, you sell a green, I don't care if you are red or blue, you cannot have my vote. I vote in every election, and you have PUP, you have UDP, you have independent, you have whatever it is, and I change my vote according to the best person. I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that, LJ. But nobody will sell no greens when get my support. And we have people that will sell not just greens, they sell buffer, they sell park, they sell street with big multi-million-dollar sewer line and water line they run under it, where the BWS and so don't even know what to do because they cost so much money to move those lines where they under know what is called private property. So I mean, that is how I see it, because not a single one of these greens was put out to the public to say you can bid for it. Bid for this property. All of them, PUP and UDP, they say no land, no day. Then they sell these land to their private cronies. So I'm sorry, but that is a part, like, come with clean hands if you want, you want to be seen as a person who can make a difference against corruption. Your hand have a clean, man. But politics is a strange thing also too, right? So we will see how that goes. Anyway, your closing comments. It's 9:59.
8:59. Belize.
At the look of the clocky.
At 9 o'clock, we should be getting word regarding Elmer Naz sentencing. He's currently in Belize City, awaiting to hear what his sentence will be. The family is there. We should have their comments later tonight in our evening newscast. I see some of them are hoping for a triple life sentence. I see somebody that say 150 years, not make it come out. But he was found guilty of a triple murder of John, David, and Vivian Ramna Reyes. We thank God for that guilty verdict. And today is sentencing, and we're hoping for a very lengthy sentence. He's still clinging to comments stating that he's innocent. I believe they will try to appeal, but he's been found guilty, and I think that's a good first step. But we will have that sentencing details tonight in our evening newscast. And then some good news as well. Let me see if I can find it quick. Yesterday, the first laparoscopic surgery took place in Belmopan at the Western Regional Hospital. So some volunteer physicians are here, and they did the first one in Belmopan yesterday. So we will be having a story with them tonight, talking about, this huge accomplishment. It's a virtually easy procedure, but it's the first time it's happened here in Belmopan. So it seems like we're moving forward slowly but surely. So you can be on the lookout for that tonight.
All right, LJ, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I don't know if I join you or you join me. Friday morning is not my morning. So good morning to Pastor Scott and Pastor Santi and those who hold over the fort for us. Belize, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday morning. We love you, we love our nation, and we love our God. Please, this weekend, happy Father's Day to all you fathers, and step up to your responsibility. From all of us here at Rise and Shine, God bless you. See you next week.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef.